is a 1959 Ford Fairlane 500. This is a regular customer of ours. Late last year he was in for, we did a bunch of the window glass and trim, problems with stuff were not fitting properly. This time he's been in, had a bunch of oil leaks, like from one end to the other. There was oil leaks in the engine, the transmission, steering.
Leaking a little bit of oil. Bad gaskets. Old gaskets gone hard. And brittle. It's just leaking down the back of the block. That's the corners. An easy fix. So far.
So we basically went through everything with it and got all that cleaned up for him. He says, "I don't want any more drops on my garage floor." I said, "Yes, sir." And we looked after that. I'm sure he was actually quite happy because he thought it was a rear main seal, which would have caused, you know, a lot more expense. And it turned out it was some other problems with the oil dripping down off the top of the motor down the back. It made it appear that it was at the bottom. So, yeah, beautiful car, real nice driver. It's nice to see these around. I just love them. The 55 to 57 Chevys, there was tropical turquoise and Bahama blues and stuff like that. So they were very, Caribbean themed colors. There's lots of different ones. This greens and turquoise colors are very, very popular, but they just look great these days, and everything's sort of one color nowadays, and you get these two tones. It's just lovely.
It's Scott McDonald, been here in Barrie since 1999. Met these guys here at Radical Rods and Rides through a great contest here in town. Contest was called Revive Dad's Ride. Rock 95 radio station here teamed up with Radical Rods and Rides. Father's Day event. Pretty special win, to be honest with you. Still overwhelmed by it all. So the contest involved, the children, the kids, selecting their father's car. It's usually a car that Dad's been trying to put together, keep together, whatever, over the years. My three kids have seen this car since day one. I've owned this car since 1978, bought it in the spring of '78. And it's been kicked around, stored ever since. So the kids know the car, the history of the car, and they thought it was their chance to pay Dad back for all of the tuition in university and the hockey and the driving all over Ontario playing hockey. So they put together a really nice story about me, actually, and got chosen as one of the top 10 cars in the contest that year, and goes on, Rock 95's website, and the world literally is voting on it. I'm sure of that myself because my daughter was in Thailand over that period and had the whole restaurant log on to Rock 95's website and vote for the car. I still remember the morning they called me to say that I won. I was on my way to Toronto and I thought, oh my God, the car's going to get redone. Finally, the dream comes true. And that's where I met the guys here, and just a great group of guys. I consider them very close friends now. Here's the story. I'm going to try and do this without crying, but our dad is an amazing person who devotes most of his time supporting his family and community. He is a successful minor hockey coach of over 20 years, a great father and a loving husband for the past 30 years. Note that the car is older than the marriage.
Yes.
If there's anything he has left by the side and paid little attention to, it's his 1977 Camaro that he bought when he was a kid around 35 years ago. Actually, is still a teenager.
Yep.
He's very attached to what he calls his baby and admits that it's showing its age. Unlike him, of course. There's my favorite line in the whole thing. We would like to pay him back for all the help he has given through our growing up and moving on to study at universities across the province. What a huge surprise and a very special, I'm going to cry, a very special Father's Day it would be if we could restore his pride and joy from Ashley, Pierce, and Brandon. Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for this, my friend, I wouldn't have met you.
I know, and
Yeah.
you know, we had a lot of fun with this because we ran this contest through Rock 95. Originally it was called Pimp Dad's Ride, and then it got changed to Revive Dad's Ride. I guess it was
A little more politically correct.
perhaps. And this was the finalist vehicle, and it was great because not only was it coming in for body and some minor interior, but Scott also stepped it up and decided to do a bunch of other stuff while the car was here. So we
Yeah.
pulled the motor out, detailed all that with chrome accents and paint, and we fixed up, I believe there's some suspension.
Yeah, hey, mention the hooker headers,
We
man.
did the hooker headers,
Don't, don't do that, my wife will know now.
and we did the stainless exhaust all the way back on it, so it's got that nice throaty sound.
It has this great rumble. You know, for a small block Chevy, it sounds a lot more muscular than it really is. And you know, speed and that's not that important to me, but certainly the sound is pretty cool. I think that's what turns people's heads first, and then they notice the paint, and then I get the thumbs up. It's a package deal. Yeah, I just love the car. I really do. I just love this car.